Because I know this is one that you're really interested in, Fabian. You've gone away, you've had a real rake through the VOD, you've had a close look at them, and you've got some Telestrator stuff to sort.
Yeah, we're going to move over to the Telestrator, and we're going to go with this one. And we're going to start with 3 clips, actually, from both teams, because there's some major problems that they're both facing. And for G2, it's simple. It's the basics. They don't seem to have any. I don't know where it really came from, but we'll find out. Actually, it seems like the clip is already at the front and it should be in the back. We're going to slow it back and go back just a little bit. And this is the first round in their game against Rogue last Playday. What G2 are doing here is that they're trying to go for a fast push straight into CO. You see how we have 3 players just around 1, 2, 3, and their job is obviously to get into the windows with an Amaru that's going to fly straight through when they've taken care of all the information. The problem that G2 have here is that even if they're missing everything, we're going to start playing the clip, we're going to see that Doki with Sophia is going to try to take care of the castle barricade, and then they have a bulletproof camera that they're going to try to take care of right there. This bulletproof camera is going to be the end of their entire round, because what happens is Problem starts rappelling with Amaru instead of covering the windows, and they just get jumped out on. It's like, when you're playing this sort of strat, we're just going to pull some lines here and straight arrows. What you need to do is have a guy that constantly covers these windows or these windows. Depending on where your players are at, you need to have these basic setups. We're talking about the team doing this full time. They play this game every day, all day. How is it that a team of your caliber cannot hold the jump out? Guys, come on. We both know you're better than that, and you guys should definitely play much, much, much more with good basics than this. We're going to load in for the second clip, and unfortunately for G2, it's problems with basics yet again. What we're going to see here is, I just want to preface this. G2 have its citizen top floor. He's in heaven. He's basically covering so that they cannot come into janitors and play. Well, he's going to go into janitors and cover the angle above from admin so that they can't play on the hatch in Rogue. They have Monty, they have Thermite inside CCTV together with a Buck. In my mind, what you would do in this situation is not have the Monty push in and be the cover, but you would have the Monty actually planting. But what did G2 do? Well, they have 2 guns with good magnification on their scopes. Thermite's 5.56 is an amazing shot, and it just should be able to cover their planter. Instead, G2 throws a smoke deep to cover nothing, because they already have a guy defending the hatch. Then they go for plant with Thermite, while Monty pushes in an ADSS. My Ranky stack could probably do a better push than that. That says a lot. Why aren't you guys playing as a team? What is it going wrong? It seems like the basics have just completely dropped out of the team, and they're not really helping each other. It seems like they're like, oh yeah, I'm playing Monty, I'm the best player in the world. I don't need to plant because my job is to kill. Well, you have a Thermite behind you who was way better gun for the job, but you're not utilizing it. We're moving on, and these are 3 rounds in a row, and I mean, I'll be honest with you, when I did the research for this, could have added so many more clips, and it's just not fun to watch, is it? Like, how many clips can we add in a row? This round, they're attacking a bit differently. What we're going to see here is, I just want to preface it, Rogue have information for these plays, but that doesn't really excuse them from G2, because they shouldn't be here to begin with. What we're going to see is Citizen. He's going to push in Electric. There we go, the clip starts. And then he's just going to be looking around. Doki has a drone in archives, so he actually misdrones this guy, so it's a little bit on Doki as well. But Citizen's going to die. Doki's going to rappel in on top floor, and they have Valkyrie camps all around heaven. Just so you guys know, they have the information. But look at G2. There's not a drone in sight. They're not doing anything of teamwork. They just, the drone flies in after he's dead even. What we're going to see soon, we're going to jump over to Virtue, and he's all alone in lobby. We're having 3 entry deaths. Well, he's not going to die just yet. But look what the positioning of their players are. We have 1 guy who's playing in Shees now. Well, it just went a second too far, and 2 guys outside. Why are G2 playing this way? I couldn't tell you. Hopefully, they will change it up today, play the basics, and show you guys what they can actually do, because this is not good gameplay. It's not worthy of G2. It's just not worthy of EUL even. Like, this is just shit. We're going to move over to BDS, though. And with BDS, it's a completely different issue. 4 of their players actually have really low cost. They only have 54% cost, which means, well, impact 54% of the rounds. But what happens with BDS is that they really seem to struggle with everything. We're going to see Benny jump out here. He's going to get a kill, and then he's going to get instantly refragged. And what we're going to see with BDS is, we're looking at what they have. They have 1 guy inside Cigar already. We're 1 minute 37 left, which means it was actually in there 20 seconds before. Don't need to get into that too much. They have cigar control. They've just attacked this bomb site 3 rounds before. They lost it because they couldn't really get anywhere. But what I want us to look at is the time. And I'm actually going to use this little machine here, and I'm going to speed it up. We're going to move forward, forward, forward. Because they're not going to do anything. Look at the entire bar. There's not a single drone moving. There's nothing going on. Shaiko dies. I mean, what's happening here, BDS? All you guys are doing in BDS is basically waiting, waiting, waiting. You have 5 drones alive. You're doing nothing with them. This round is just going to end by BDS walking in, having 1 guy on Skylight, walking into lines of sights, and die. BDS, you have 2 minutes, basically, to drone the entire bomb site. Decide what sort of shot calling you want to do. I don't know which one is your shot caller, but you guys need to improve on this part. And just set up a basic take. 5 drones alive, sure, I can understand you want 1 as a flank drone, maybe, but there's just too many things going wrong, and there's too many mistakes that just doesn't... You can't explain them to me because I wouldn't understand them. You need to do better. It's simple as that. It sounds so silly, but you have 2 minutes to work on, and you come with nothing. We're going to move on to another round. This one, or round, that's Swedish as you can get. Another round. This is round 11. BDS are actually going to win this round, but are they going to do it because of strategical reasons, or are they going to do it because Shaiko aces? You take your guess. We're going to go into it. Oh, well, the round is walking down. 2-0-8. Shaiko's going to go into piano, and he's going to get a kill there. It's going to be an amazing shot. He's going to peek it in a second. We're getting there just now. He's going to miss this shot, go down to 1 HP, and then he's going to hit a massive 1 tap on the head. There we go. And what we're going to get to now in a second here, it's the overview of the map. This is where we're going to pause. If you guys look at what BDS have taken control of, they literally have cigar, piano. But they don't progress with any of this. They're going to go top 4, but what's going to happen is most of their players are just going to go and kind of die on their own. We have the control. You guys have the drones alive. But what's going to happen is they're just not going to proceed. So the difference between what G2 are doing and what BDS are doing wrong, it's that G2 doesn't have the basics to begin with, while BDS, well, they have the basics. They get the first part of the round. They do it flawlessly, basically most of the time. But then BDS just goes away and throw them. They don't really progress in the mid-round. So the difference is shot calling versus basics. If we look at BDS here, they're going to get pulsed on Lion. It's Rafal. He's going to get jumped out on in just a second when he moves over. And what we're seeing is simply BDS being picked apart. They're allowing Heroic in defense on a map that's kind of small and easy to box in people on to get themselves taken 1 by 1 by 1. We're going to keep going. We're going to scroll forward a bit because Uno's going to get a kill here into bathroom. Another guy dying on his own. You're going to see it right there. We're going to speed it up even more. Uno's going to get a second kill, vertical. And I understand that you want to play vertical play, but there's just no pressure around the bomb site. So they die 1 by 1. Eventually it ends up with Shaiko going in and acing. So yeah, they win the round, but they don't win the round strategically. We're moving on to the third clip, and you kind of could have guessed it. We're getting more of the same. This, however, is even worse than the last time. Because what we're going to see is Shaiko. He's going to drone into train and engine, and he's going to get a wallbang here on Uno. And the round is basically going to be kind of informationally over for Heroic. They don't have any more to check with or anything like that. In 1 second here, we're going to see Benya dropping down. We're going to scroll forward, heighten up the time a bit. And Lance is actually going to get the freebie because he drops down. Oh, we just missed it. It doesn't really matter. You see the same thing that I do. They're taking the space. Now they have 2 entry kills, and we're looking at the overview. Look where the Heroic players are. 1 guy bathroom, 1 guy in cocktail, and 1 guy on white stairs. They're spread out super well. You know, BDS, you've gotten 2 kills on the first floor. Where should your enemies be? You guys have so many hours into this game with all the experience that you need to know that if you get 2 kills underneath, most of the time their players will be on top 4. You don't have an excuse really for not understanding the positioning of your opponents. We keep going forward, and what happens is that they just will go and die on their own. We're going to keep going, and Shaiko's going to get killed up here in just a second. Just be ready for it. He's going to be killed, peeked from the 2nd floor. They haven't actually taken top floor, so why they're going for a study and library take doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It all comes down to shot calling again, because you have 2 kills. You have first floor. You can overwhelm them with manpower. And if you guys just take 90 in, well, the red hole, you have everything you need. Go for dining. We're just seeing person after person dying. Gorgona actually hits 2 nutty shots. But then again, it's an FPS game too. You need to shoot your heads. And it's just going to end up with 1v1 versus 1. We can scroll forward because it's not interesting at all. The round is over. So not a single round we've seen so far by BDS have been shot called well enough. And not a single round from G2 have even the simplest basics to set up. They have 2 different problems, but they're both struggling.
A lot of improvements that are going to need to be made today then, and they face off against each other. That's in game 3. You're not going to want to miss that one.